This is the vlog for November 5th, 2018, and today was a good day. Um, I helped my parents today with a lot of moving. Specifically, now I was I helped them move this old entertainment center from the garage to their living room, and uh, it was just, it's the heaviest thing I think they own. I think it is literally the heaviest object of furniture that they have. And um, it took my dad and my mom and me and a couple of dollies, some straps, and bits of cardboard to get that thing from the garage to the living room. And ugh, I did not go for a walk today because of the threat of rain throughout the day was persistent enough that I just thought it was a bad idea. But I definitely got a workout, and they thanked me. My mom made a wonderful pork roast for dinner that we ate together, and it was wonderful and delicious. I'm really pleased with that. This morning, before I helped him out, I got a lot of writing done. I got to a part in the story that I was actually excited to write. Um, it's a weird thing to find that you get sort of sick of having to set up sort of uninteresting parts of the story so that the more interesting parts shine. And I think maybe it shows that I'm not quite as good at writing as I think I am. Um, because I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I do is unnecessary. Um, but it does. There are quieter moments of character interaction that I really do enjoy writing, and I hope people enjoy reading. It's the sort of in between stuff, like getting characters from having a conversation about their futures to going out on the open ocean and running afoul of pirates. There's I can't go straight from one scene to another without sort of explaining a little bit. Mostly just to introduce the characters that are going to be important in the upcoming chapters. Um, so I had to do at least one chapter of them sort of getting underway to introduce the captain, his navigator, and his first mate, um, so that when they have interactions later, the reader isn't left going, "Who are these people again?" Although they still might, because it's a pretty quick turnaround from introduction to action. But one thing that I'm probably doing a little bit better this time is explaining the different sort of features of the Dai-Gaia world and universe, really. Um, Sort of explaining how magic is meant to work and doing that briefly and quickly so that the reader sort of understands what's going on in a scene. Um, if I'm really clever, I can sort of explain a situation and then have that be a Chekhov's gun that comes up later when it's much more relevant. Originally, my goal in writing the first manuscript was to introduce the concepts sort of in action. So something would happen, and then the characters would talk about how it was happening and why it was important or whatnot. And that sort of worked. It's sort of, show not tell, which is something that my old English teachers way back would always try and hammer home on creative writing. But it sort of it sort of starts to feel hollow when it's always like that. And sometimes it's better to have a character mention something, take a paragraph to explain what they're talking about, and then get back to work instead of having a much longer series of multiple paragraphs sort of going over the details and why something can happen a certain way and why it can't do another thing. So that's something to consider. I really sort of want to keep talking about Overlord because I'll just say this as I finish up for the night. this show surprises me like few other shows because it is shown in anime. It's action anime for boys to a certain extent, um, but it it how do I put this? The characters themselves, while they are protagonists, also sort of oppose an established order in this world. So you're looking at like good people doing good things or trying their best to do good things, and then the actual like main characters, protagonists, end up acting in ways that risk the peace or prosperity or happiness of characters that you may have begun to empathize with. But I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Till then, I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.